Adventurer, you enter the door to the north. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls. Before you lies another LRR MTG deck tech with me, Ben Ulmer. We finally arrived in the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons, a realm that hosts powerful creatures and even more powerful spells. With so many heroes and villains being printed into Magic, it can be hard to pick just one for a new commander deck. So, why not play all of them? Say hello to Xanathar, Guild Kingpin and Crime Lord of Skullport, in a deck I'm calling Thieves Can't, but Rogues Can. Xanathar, Guild Kingpin, is 4 blue-black for a 5/6 legendary beholder that reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime. You may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells this way. By utilizing the Eye's ability to play other people's decks, you end up playing a different deck every time. What other cards does this deck contain? Many things. The deck starts simply enough, using cards like Time Ebb or the new Power of Persuasion to put your opponent's prized creatures onto the top of their library, the perfect spot for you to cast them. You can also set up some real gotcha moments with Memory Lapse or Hinder, countering something spooky and then setting yourself up to cast it next turn. And since stealing your opponent's cards is a serious head game, that makes Sphinx Ambassador the perfect henchman. It allows you to search your opponent's library for a creature card whenever it deals combat damage to a player. Then, your opponent must try and name that card. And if they get it wrong, well then you got yourself a brand new friend. Of course, Xanathar is the leader of the Thieves Guild, so it would be silly of us not to invite those sticky-fingered backstabbers to the party as well. The new Rogue class enchantment is exactly what we want. We can put away some goodies for later and give our creatures evasion. But what if Menace isn't enough? Lucky for us, we've got Crydal of Baldur's Gate here to help. Not only does this half-elf poet allow us to get rid of a blocker, he also lets us mill the top card off an opponent's deck, getting rid of any pesky lands that might be in the way of Xanathar's ability. On top of that, we can suit up one of our scoundrels with the new Thieves tools, making anything with power 3 or less unblockable. That means that you can get on in there with one of your sneaky boys and then give them the slip with Xerothsan the Trickster, snagging a beastie from their graveyard on the way out. That's what I call a 5-finger discount. We can also invite tricksy rascals like Gonti, Lord of Luxury, to get something valuable from your enemies. Or just steal any shiny artifacts that catch your eye with Thieving Skydiver and Theta Adele. And if you really want to get them, why not steal the one thing that every Magic player loves? Drawing cards. Notion Thief is here to make sure everyone at the table will be keeping 2 eyes on you. But not to worry, Xanathar's got 11 of them. But what if you run into trouble convincing your opponents to let you borrow their cards? Well, in that case, a little bribery might be in order. You can use Talent of the Telepath to snag a free instant or sorcery from your opponent's top 7 cards. Or you can just dig right in there with Praetor's Grasp and take their Crater Hoof or Cyclonic Rift, really anything your black heart desires. So how are you going to cast all these things when Dimir isn't exactly known for its big mana? I mean, you might steal a ramp spell or two, but what you really want is to go on an all-expense-paid vacation through your opponent's deck. Cards like Urborg in conjunction with Cryptghast can help a bunch. And if you get really spicy, you can cast Turnabout into your own Narset's Reversal, pretty much tripling your mana. You can also put Deadeye Navigator and Peregrine Drake into your deck for infinite mana, but that's on you. Finally, every thief needs some interaction in their toolkit, so pop in your favorite removal or some board wipes. And don't forget to throw in a few card draw staples. Or a lot of them. You're playing blue after all. Really embrace that. Xanathar is the perfect commander if you're like me and you want to play a different commander deck every game. Why settle for 1 when you could play 4? So next time you're at the Yawning Portal, consider sleeving this one up. But watch out, you never know who's lurking in the alley.